I'm going to say 5 statements, and in the comments you tell me which ones are made towards Wayfinder and which ones are towards Warframe. After a week has passed, the people with the most correct guesses will get a special shout out in an upcoming video. Number 1. Pay to win. Number 2. Guessing this game is dead already? Number 3. Does this game have PvP? Number 4. Steve is the man. Love this game and love everything about it. And number 5. The Founders Pack has items you cannot obtain otherwise? Well, skip this game. That's some BS I refuse to support. Since YouTube gives you the ability to edit comments, I will not be putting the answers in this video, but I will make a community post with the answers when the time is up, so make sure you are subscribed with noties on so you don't miss it. Let's hop into the topic. I've been spending the past few weeks studying the starting point of Warframe in comparison to where Wayfinder is at in its early stages out of pure curiosity, driven by the constant back and forth between those that say the game is dead and buggy versus the people who retort with it's still in early access. I also wanted to get a better look at the course that Wayfinder could take to have the same trajectory as Warframe. So let's start by looking at Warframe. If you don't know, Warframe is a free-to-play MMO light where you run around in your Space Ninja exosuit collecting various parts to build more Space Ninja exosuits called Warframes and use them to fight various enemies. Unlike Wayfinder, where Airship Syndicate is the developer and Digital Extremes is the publisher, Digital Extremes, or DE, is actually the developer and publisher of Warframe. In the early development phases of Warframe, DE had a hard time finding a publisher for the game and decided to take it upon themselves to self-publish Warframe while doing some contractual projects to help keep the lights on. It was pretty much a Hail Mary move to gain some creative freedom and make something that they were actually passionate about. The closed beta started in October of 2012, with free-to-play happening in March 2013. A 6-month window, which is just one of the many similarities to Wayfinder, with its early access founder season currently planned to be a 6-month time frame. Before Warframe was on Steam, it used its own private launcher, so unfortunately we can't go back and see what its numbers are like, but in February the game launched on Steam with 19,000 players, with a slight bump happening in March to 21,000 players during its open beta launch. Now before this Steam launch, the team was actually pretty worried about the future of the game, but thanks to media that people actually pay attention to, also known as YouTube, and popular creators of the time like Total Biscuit and Mike B aka Phony, creating videos about the game, more players decided to check the game out and stick around with it. To get a little idea of what some of the community sentiment was around Warframe at the time, here is what a little known YouTuber known as Jacksepticeye had to say about Warframe in January of 2013. The game is pretty cool. Unlocking stronger things makes it more fun, but I can't help feeling there should be more to it. It's good and all, but it could be so much better. After only 2 videos, you can see how samey both missions are. The enemies get a bit poor and repetitive, and the game just isn't as engaging as it could be. It's a bit easy, and you don't need to think about a lot what you're doing. Still fun though, and it looks great. More or less, this sentiment can easily be compared to what people have said about Wayfinder in these early development months. Warframe also had some issues getting monetization right. Apparently, there were a couple of times where the game went the unfair and free route with a skill tree that could only be expanded with a store-bought item and cosmetic skins with stats attached. Wayfinder's hiccup so far was with the predatory practices involving buying premium currency versus the cost of items in the store, which pretty much guaranteed you would always have to buy more premium currency than needed to get whatever item you wanted to purchase. One of the main things that Digital Extremes wanted to do with Warframe is have that community input and build a game alongside the community that all parties could be happy with, and the game has continued evolving since, for better or worse, depending on who you ask. Now that we glimpsed at the past, let's fast forward to current times with Wayfinder's early access. I'm not going to make excuses for them here. We all know that the launch of this early access was pretty bad. The team was not prepared for the influx of players that they received because even with the media pushes with the Game Awards, PAX East, the OTK Game Expo, and some of the bigger YouTubers, they didn't see a lot of buzz around the game, but they failed to watch their own YouTube channel metrics because they had some videos that blew up. I think a lot of the influx also came from Warframe players who were willing to try this new project out that Digital Extremes had decided to back, combined with the "I wish I could have gotten Excalibur Prime, so I'm not going to miss out on heroic Kairos" mindset that some of the players also had. With a lot of people burning through the available content or fed up with the bugs, we start to see the Steam numbers drop. But that doesn't mean the game is below publisher or developer expectations. as the main focus of this early access is similar to the closed beta of Warframe, an opportunity to work with the community to make Wayfinder the best it can be. Before Wayfinder, Airship Syndicate was also working on contractual projects, and I believe Digital Extreme chose to work with Airship Syndicate on publishing Wayfinder not only because of the similarities between the two titles, but of the company itself and its current track record. If Wayfinder can learn from the missteps of Warframe, I think the trajectory post-launch will be a positive one. With all online games, there will be ups and downs. People will either like or hate the changes, but good communication and steady content will help Wayfinder win the battle. Don't forget to subscribe and keep your eyes on the community tab to find out what the correct answers are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.